America needs a tidal wave of the old-time religion.
I have sinned against you.
How dare you!
We have no need to doubt God.
The harlot Babylon is preparing the nations to receive the Antichrist.
I didn't even build that house with money from the church. I built it with money from my book.
I don't make this stuff up.
Repenting of your sin.
It is a moral issue.
They got together and swore a pact to the devil.
I just enjoy seeing people worship, praising God.
Hey everybody, welcome to Believe It or Not.
Another week and another episode with your two favorite hosts,
Trevor Poelman
and Damien Doepping.
Wow, we're back.
Yeah, you sound surprised.
Oh, I thought they were going to cancel us after the last episode, but we're back.
Who would cancel us?
iTunes.
Doug P. Internet.
Tim Apple.
Yeah.
What'd you get up to since we last recorded?
Bill Greats. I spun in the chair for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
I coughed a bit.
Nice.
For those of you who don't know, we recorded a couple episodes back to back. I'm still sick.
Yeah, and I'm still...
Trevor.
Doing okay.
Oh.
I'm still Trevor. I was on the internet recently, and I read this quote. I think somebody on our we follow with our Instagram posted it, but it was basically... There are approximately 4,200 religions in the world. Mm-hmm. Some people don't believe in 4,100, 999, and some people don't believe in 4,200. So basically, atheists believe in one less God than you do, is kind of the idea.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting thing to think about. So I thought I'd share some of the religions we don't think about that often.
I can hear the arguments, though. It's just like, well, a lot of them are the same God. It's just a different, or it's like...
Yeah. It's funny,
up.
like...
None of them are real.
At the time of this recording, there was this awful conference, I guess, in Florida called the Make America Straight Again conference.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, who are these pieces of shit?
Giant pieces of shit. But this other podcast I like, it's called Deconversion Therapy.
Yeah.
They were reading from their websites, their individual church websites, and a lot of them will basically say that the universal church is crap and it's all about the local church. And so basically... they're all independent fundamentalist Baptist churches, right? So each of them basically think they're the only ones that have the truth. And everybody else is wrong.
So the only thing they work together on is this anti-gay conference?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So they're probably going to argue about how to do communion, but they're going to be on the same page about the death penalty for gay people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, the death penalty for gay... That's what they want?
That's what they want. That's basically what the conference was about. It was on the weekend of the anniversary of the Pulse massacre. Kind of a celebration of it. Yeah.
Fuck me.
So those guys think they're right.
Yeah, they seem like a couple of real cool people.
Real cool dudes.
You fucking assholes.
Yeah.
You know what? These self-righteous pieces of shit are the ones who are gonna, they're some of the most hateful, sinful people out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, if you can somehow wrap your warped little mind into thinking that this is somehow just and good, then you really are fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said last episode, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting real fired up today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We just talk about abortion and then we're gonna go right into So let's talk about some other religions. I'm gonna talk about a few as we go. There's a number of UFO based religions.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was going to, for whatever reason, decide to believe in something, I think one of those kooky ones would be a lot more fun.
Yeah, well, Scientology is basically a UFO religion if you think about it. Like if you go back far enough.
Yeah. My biggest issue with that is I still don't get how no one seemed to connect that he was a science fiction writer.
Yeah.
Like how
there's a few of those either science fiction writer or somebody just bases a religion on a science fiction book.
It's not even subtle.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't he once say that if you want to become rich, start a religion? Like before he started a religion?
And then he did. Yeah. He became rich and he owned a weird sex slave boat and fucked with people's minds. And
me and my brother always talk about how if we didn't have a conscience, we could just start a religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which, you know, maybe I'll get that removed.
I don't know if you guys. What, your conscience?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know if you guys would hold it together long enough.
Yeah,
for it to
no,
become
it's
something.
true. We're not really organized people, and we don't really like finish things we start. So.
I feel like it'd be like, hey, you guys want to join our religion? Okay, sorry. And then it just closes up shop.
Do you want a free book about Jesus?
No. All right, sorry to bother you.
Sorry.
Damn.
Actually, right after our Mormon episode released, I ran into some Mormon missionaries at the mall. And I was like, do I walk up to them and say, hey, you should subscribe to our podcast?
Oh, yeah. You should start handing out stickers to them?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
What? I mean, we don't really have... I haven't had any visitors like that at the house.
We had Jehovah's Witnesses one day.
I've never had them.
And Cody told them to come back for me.
We should have leaflets for the podcast that we can hand out to them.
We should.
Or like they do the ones where they... What's the... is it the Watchtower, the magazine?
Yeah, that's the Jehovah's Witnesses one. Yeah.
I wonder if I could sneak in a few copies of Mad Magazine under their rack.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
New goal. Yeah, okay, so we'll work together. There's usually two of them, but I'll distract them. You sneak them in.
And I'll put the Mad Magazines on the rack.
Yeah, or we could just make parodies of the Awake and have Awake on it and just have crazy stuff inside.
That's true.
Patreon goal. Let's talk about realism. Or realism? It's a UFO religion founded in 1974 by Claude Vorilon, but he changed the name to Rael. R-A-E with the little two dots, L. You know that E with the little two dots on top?
Like the umlaut?
Yeah. Basically, the Earth was created by aliens. They came down and like we're basically like a crop, I guess. And they misinformed us about our like gods and stuff like that to cause confusion. So they created the religions to cause confusion.
For what purpose?
That's a good point. But for some reason, their leader, the messenger that they talk to, is Elohim, which is also the name of God in the Bible. So I don't know why they would go with Elohim as the alien, but maybe just because.
I can see why. They're saying, like, see, his name was Elohim.
Yeah.
That's what people thought God was.
That's true.
But he was just an alien.
Yeah.
Is this related in any way to, like, the Chariots of the Gods kind of stuff? Or?
Yeah, well, the Chariots of the Gods will, like...
That's just
reference them. They'll reference these different UFO cults and things like that. I think I don't know. It's chicken and egg thing because I don't know because this is 74.
Yeah, that book was
around that time.
I think it was in the 60s.
Was
actually.
it?
I think it might have been.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm sure there was an influence.
Yeah, exactly. There's the Prince Philip movement, a small tribe on a Pacific island. Elizabeth and Prince Philip visited years ago, and they started a religion around Prince Philip, believing he's a deity. Very similar to the John Frum religion, which is based on American soldier in the 1930s who they had an airstrip there and they based a religion around him and they recreate like airstrips and stuff too. Yeah, so those are called cargo cults.
Cargo cults.
Yeah.
Cargo vroom.
Yeah. Because the cargo vroom is why they're called cargo cults.
No, but that's something that I can kind of... I get that. I mean, that makes some sort of logical sense. And if anything, I think it almost shows like an anthropological sense of how some religions...
Anthropologists, especially who focus on religion, love cargo cults because it's like a great insight into how religions start.
I think it's a great insight into showing how religion isn't real.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of that. Of how easily someone who is outside of modern context and scientific reasoning can be influenced by something slightly out of the ordinary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I don't think they ever found John Frum, and I think it might be because his name was probably, and this is one of the theories, is his name wasn't actually John Frum, but he was like John from Connecticut or whatever.
No one knew where he was from.
But so they thought his last name was Frum, so it just became the thing. But yeah, the Prince. So they'll get pictures. People will like give them pictures of Prince Philip, and they'll create shrines and stuff to Prince Philip.
Man, too bad they didn't get a good deity.
Yeah, well, because Prince Philip's like a racist.
Could have got like, I don't know, like who would be a good person for a god?
John Hamm.
Yeah, like John Hamm.
I'd worship John Hamm. I'd worship the shit out of him. Yeah,
John, if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah, there was one religion. It started when their god or whatever spoke to one of their founders using a burning bush.
Isn't this how the Bible works?
Right. Yeah, that one's from the Bible.
Yeah.
That's weird though. Just a bush that's on fire and you talk to your God with that.
I never got that.
Yeah.
Why was the bush burning? Why was
but
it
never
talking?
caught fire. It was on fire but never burning. Or was it burning but never on fire?
Oh, kind of like Ghost Rider.
Kind of like Ghost Rider. A lot like Ghost Rider. Yeah.
He's always burning, but he's not really
yeah,
burning.
it's true. Yeah, because he escaped from hell.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to wear that cool leather jacket. So
That's true. You ever see Drive Angry?
no.
It's also Nick
Is it
Cage
good?
escaping from hell. Oh, it's great. Yeah.
We'll have to watch that.
There's a branch off. It's like a Hindu cult. So it like a branch of, but it's from like the 14th century. They're called the Gory.
A Gory.
And their basic premise is that you get blessings and you get like special, powers by doing things that are against social norms. So,
Against social
yeah,
norms.
so they eat spoiled food. They live in graveyards. They drink from skulls. They practice cannibalism. But a lot of locals will go to them for prayer and because they're kind of seen as like miracle workers and stuff. But yeah, they look intense. Like,
That's weird.
Look these guys up. Aghori, Gory. The main kind of Hindu leaders like denounce them and like, no, that's not us. We're not cannibal people who drink from skulls. Certain folks will, kind of really look up to these people.
I mean, who was it? Who was the? What was his name? He was like I think he was a philosopher, and he was one of those guys who believed in like stripping yourself of all worldly possessions and shame. Like he was known, he would just like walk around naked. He had like one bowl. He didn't mind begging. He would just like masturbate in the street, and that was just like his thing. And it was a philosophy of life that was basically saying that all these things are they're excess baggage. They're things that you shouldn't worry about and you shouldn't care about. All these things.
Huh.
I wonder. I'm not saying it's connected, but I'm saying
it's kind of the same idea.
It's the same kind of line of thinking in a way.
Yeah.
I can't remember the goddamn guy's name. If anyone can think of it,
it's at Believe It or Not podcast.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. If I don't,
add us #naked philosopher. There's this one religion where their prophet went up to heaven on a flying horse.
Diogenes.
Diogenes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lived in a bathtub.
Oh.
Uh,
When did he live? What?
412 to 323 BC.
Oh.
I guess it would be BCE.
Yeah.
This is old. Greek philosopher of the Socratic period. He was one of the founders and the archetypical practitioner of the ancient Greek philosophical school of cynicism. He lived as a beggar, made a virtue of extreme poverty. He taught contempt for all human achievements, social values, and institution, but he had sharp wit and stinging satire. So you're just walking around making fun of people, wanking in the street, begging.
When I worked at this one coffee shop, this guy started masturbating right in the middle of the coffee shop. Mm-hmm. And we kicked him out and called the police, but maybe
he was a Greek philosopher.
Maybe he was a philosopher. And
I was just thinking that. Yeah, he was just a crazy person.
Yeah.
Who had some good one-liners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like I said, there's one religion where their prophet flew into heaven on a flying horse at the end.
On like a Pegasus?
Yeah, that was Islam. That's how.
Oh, is that what that is?
Muhammad went up to.
I didn't know that. I didn't know much about Islam, to be fair. So
that's an interesting tale. There's the universe people. Sorry, that's another UFO cult. It's a Czech one.
A Czech one,
in the Czech Republic.
Oh, Czech. Okay,
yeah, that one.
Czech one.
Czech one. Or they're also known as the Cosmic People of the Light. Sorry, Cosmic People of Light Powers.
Light powers.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like
they have powers of light.
Powers of light, I guess. Yeah.
They do not.
Yeah. No, they don't. But because the Heaven's Gate, when they did their mass suicide, the Czech government was really afraid after that because they had their own UFO cult, so they were like highly watched in the media and stuff. But that's not really what they were never really gonna do. That's not really what their thing was. They weren't
really about the.
Yeah. They were founded in the 90s, though, so it's around that same time. So they were really watched, but they're just your regular UFO cult.
Yeah, run of the mill.
Run of the mill. There's one religion where So the main god turned himself into his own son by impregnating a teenage girl who had never had sex before, and then sacrificed himself to himself in order to forgive people instead of just forgiving people.
This one sounds very familiar.
Yeah. I don't remember what that one's called.
Yeah. Wait, well, did he turn himself into his own son? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Isn't there like different thoughts about that? I'm not.
Yeah, like the Trinity, it's kind of like it is all one being, but they also have kind of their own being.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is himself and it's also his son.
It's like that song, "I'm My Own Grandpa."
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Actually, God was inspired by that song.
I bet.
Yeah, because he lives outside of time.
But how can God be inspired by it if God created everything?
That's true.
So
that's a whole.
I mean, I guess he could inspire himself.
Well, it's like that Beethoven thing, but the time traveler goes back in time to meet Beethoven and walks around. Nobody's heard of this guy.
Well, he didn't hear about anything.
And that's true.
Deaf.
But nobody knew who Beethoven was, so this guy had all the sheet music because he was a huge fan, and so he started playing it and people loved it. He's like, no, I'm trying to tell you about Beethoven, and then he ended up becoming Beethoven, who wrote the music, you know? So that's why it's like a time travel paradox. It's like that with God and I Am My Own Grandpa.
Yeah. Who did what first?
Yeah, exactly. Another UFO cult, the Aetherius Society.
Aetherius?
It's created by an Australian yoga enthusiast named George King in the 50s.
Okay, you lost me at yoga enthusiast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, there was another meme. It was like yoga versus Pilates, where yoga's like center yourself and find your inner being, and then the Pilates is like shove your butt up.
I'm not saying that yoga's not good exercise and stuff, but if you're leading with yoga enthusiast, I'm very wary.
Yeah, it's true. We should also do like, I guess like, because we already did the boycott one, but we should do some more Christian freakouts. And like, there's been a lot of Christian freakouts about yoga because
really,
a lot of Christians say that yoga is like demonic or whatever. Yeah.
Okay,
that's pretty great.
Not the yoga that 99% of people are practicing.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can guarantee you that.
Yeah. But King claimed he was in contact with extraterrestrial intelligence.
Okay.
And
he just watched an E.T. the extraterrestrial.
Yeah, exactly. I messed up my E.T. joke to the owner of our restaurant the other day. I was really mad at myself.
You messed it up?
Yeah. For the listener, the E.T. joke is, what is E.T. short for? Because his legs are so small.
Yeah.
But I said, what does E.T. stand for?
And then you said equal rights for all.
Being good.
Yeah. Being good.
Yeah.
Getting a good long distance plan.
Yeah, exactly. He's always been about that.
He's trying to phone home, and he just dial collect.
Exactly. And he was always like, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?"
Did they use ET for a 1-800-COLLECT commercial? I feel like they did.
They probably did.
I feel like I remember seeing the glowing finger dialing 1-800-COLLECT.
Or maybe just like a parody of ET because they couldn't get the rights.
Can you picture it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember. It could just be my wishes.
Yeah, it could just be the Nelson Mandela
If I had a genie, I'd wish for that commercial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a million wishes.
There's the Church of Euthanasia.
The Church of Euthanasia.
Their basic principles are that everyone should kill themselves.
Everyone
if you want to kill yourself, do it. Is what they say.
Do you need a church for that?
Yeah, exactly. And they're also very, very against procreation.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very for abortion.
Okay,
so
these guys seem okay.
Yeah, they'll counter-protest abortions a lot because it's basically they're saying that being human is killing. Like humans are killing all the other creatures. I don't know. They probably just don't kill themselves because they want to get the message out there.
Well, we can't quit now.
We
got to keep going and kill them all.
We got to win. Yeah. We're so far ahead, we can't just quit.
Yeah. I mean, now it would just be like giving up, and we're not quitters.
Yeah, exactly. Some of their famous slogans, save the planet, kill yourself is one of their famous.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Thou shalt not procreate. And their main pillars they have 4 main pillars, and it's suicide, abortion, cannibalism of the already dead, and sodomy, meaning any sex that isn't, that won't cause procreation.
Sodomy is a very loose term.
Yeah, it's true. And so their main thing is getting know more people.
Getting it on.
Yeah, it's the only one so far whose philosophy makes sense to me. Because it's less of a religion and more of a...
Yeah, like flying spaghetti monsterism.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of skipped a lot of those ones. There's a lot of like fake religions like that know they're parody religions. Yeah.
I guess in a way, Church of Satan kind of falls into that too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. There's a Church of Maradona.
Who's Maradona?
Maradona is Iglesias Maradoniana.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a religion based on him. He's a soccer player. And the symbol for the church is D10S or Dios, so like Spanish for God,
like Ronnie James Diaz.
Yeah, so like Spanish for God, but with the 10 in it because 10 was his number. So,
I hate this. This is the worst one we've had.
Yeah, it is. So they started this religion in '98, basically saying that he's so good that he must be a deity, he must be God because no human can be that good.
I've never heard of the guy.
Yeah.
So he's obviously not that good.
Yeah, he's obviously who's a good basketball player, Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought this was soccer.
Yeah, but he's not as good at soccer as Magic Johnson is at basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you could think of a soccer player.
Oh yeah, Beckham.
Yeah, there we go. There's one we've heard.
Beckham. Yeah. I've heard of him because of a Danny Boyle film. The Temple of Psychic Youth, or Topi. Would you like to look how it's spelled?
Topy?
Yeah, but like how the actual words in the name are.
The Temple OV.
Yeah.
Psychic
Youth. So not good spellers, but they're all about magic and
fuck these people. If you're one of these people, fuck you.
Yeah. I think they were started by a band or a group of artists.
Oh, okay.
And then they turned it into like a religion, basically saying like wanting guiltless sex and to explore like magic. And you can just have guiltless sex without the magic
and
part.
Explore magic too if you want, I guess. If you want to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like these people.
Exactly.
Don't write me. I don't want to get any fucking shitty card tricks in the mail or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ko Dei is the last one we'll do, and it's this religion that believes that the Earth is 4 spots away from hell.
4 spots,
and they use like planetary alignments and stuff.
How many?
There's 72 planets have intelligent life, and we're 4 away from hell.
Wait, so the planets are arranged in order of who's in hell?
Like who's closest to hell? Yeah, and so we're the closest.
We're 4 of 70.
4 of 72 away from hell.
Not bad.
Yeah. I've heard of worse.
Yep.
Yeah, it could be 3rd.
It's true.
Yeah. So, that's pretty much all I have. Can you think of any other religions that are weird and fucked up?
Not other than the ones that I mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm still curious. So who cares if we're 4 away from hell?
Yeah, exactly.
We're not in hell.
Yeah. Yeah. So Well, we're warmer,
like,
probably.
I'm 4 blocks away from prison.
Maybe it's like...
But you're not in prison, so what's the big deal?
Yeah. Maybe there's more evil the closer you are to hell.
Why?
Because, like, evil, like, wants to be closer to...
Wouldn't there be less evil near the hell? Because all the evil's in there, and nobody wants to hang out.
Yeah.
And the bad people don't want to hang out near the prison. They're going to get as far away from there as they can.
That's true. Yeah, unless they're using drones to drop in drugs.
That's true.
Yeah, to hell.
Should we get some drugs?
Let's get some drugs.
And drones?
Yeah.
And then fly the drugs into hell?
Yeah. There was one more religion I was trying to find information on, but I couldn't find it. So, listener, if you can help me out here.
Listener.
Basically what it is, yeah, the one listener. Basically what it is, I think it's in China. Could be wrong. But it's pretty much a Christian sect, but they use a verse in the Bible where God is described as a chicken, like bringing in his roost, his like chicks to roost or whatever as a metaphor, but they see God as an actual chicken. So like all the icons and stuff are of chickens.
Chickens.
Yeah,
that's pretty
so
funny.
They worship God as a chicken. So if you can tell me what that one is, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one.
Yeah, and that's all I have. So let's move into. Christian rock lyric of the week.
Can't you see you're not making Christianity better? You're just making rock and roll worse.
I just wanted to go with Carmen again because fuck it.
All right, lay it on me.
This song's called Satan bite the dust.
Satan bite the dust.
Party's over, shut it down. I'm hunting for someone, y'all. He's a lion, thief, and rattlesnake, and he's broken every law. He's terrorized the lives of men. He's under arrest because I've been sent with a warrant from the body of Christ. Well, tell me what it says then. Satan, bite the dust. Every one of you unclean spirits, I'm running you out of town. Depression, strife, disease, and fear. Your posse's going down. And then eventually one of them is the spirit of false religions. So he's a guy, and he's a cowboy, and he goes in, and there's a bar full of demons, and he shoots them. And then the final boss is Satan, and he goes, Satan, bite the dust. And then he shoots that guy.
Okay.
That's Carmen's Satan Bite the Dust.
I mean, in a way, that's kind of like the plot for the game Cuphead.
Oh, that is it.
Well, they go into a casino, and then they end up like getting in big with the casino owner, who's the devil.
Oh.
And then you have to beat all the people to try to stop the devil.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like killing your family or something.
I thought it was about holding liquids in your head.
You have to shoot the devil.
Oh. Just like in that television show, Lucifer. Oh,
Do they shoot?
He's the good guy. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Or does it? I don't know.
I don't know. I've only seen a couple episodes.
I haven't seen any episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Lucifer.
Oh, and there's Good Omens.
Yes. Quick note. I'm sure people have seen that thousands of people were petitioning Netflix to cancel Good Omens, even though it's an Amazon Prime show.
And it's a miniseries.
So it's already done. So you don't need to cancel it, and you're petitioning the wrong network.
So if Weird Religions doesn't ruin your opinion of humanity, then maybe that will.
Yeah. Just get over yourselves.
Yeah. If you could rate us on iTunes, comment, and tell your friends.
Yeah, tell them all about us. You know what? Tell your mom about us.
Tell your mom. She's been dying to
She's
get a
cool.
new podcast.
Yeah.
She's still listening to the knitting one.
Yeah. I'm probably going through cereal again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Work, Sky Moon.
Sodomy is a very loose term.
Yeah, it's true.